Hey everyone, welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar channel. If you're following the Iraqi Dinar or are invested in Iraq's economy, this is the video you've been waiting for. We've got some huge updates straight from the Central Bank of Iraq, as well as the latest movements in exchange rates for both Baghdad and Erbil markets. There's a lot going on right now and we'll break it all down so you're up to date with the latest news. Make sure to stick around because these updates could have a big impact on your investments and the overall economy in Iraq. Let's start with the major news coming out of the Central Bank of Iraq's currency auction on Monday. The CBI reported a staggering total of $297,459,852 and in dollar sales. That's right, almost $300 in million. This is a significant amount of currency being moved and it could signal some important changes in Iraq's economic landscape. For those of you closely following the dinar, you know how important these auctions are, as they have a direct impact on the strength and stability of the Iraqi dinar. So how did the central bank manage these sales? According to an official statement from the bank, the dollar sales were conducted at two different exchange rates. For documentary credits, international settlements of electronic cards, and foreign transfers, the rate was set at 1310 IQD per US dollar. However, for cash transactions, the rate was slightly lower at 1305 IQD per dollars. It's interesting to note that the majority of the sales, around $281,409,852, and or 94% of the total sales, were directed toward transfers and credits to bolster Iraq's foreign currency reserves, only $16,050,000, and was used for cash transactions. This shows that the CBI is not just concerned with managing short-term cash needs, but is also focused on strengthening Iraq's financial position on the global stage. By increasing its foreign reserves, Iraq is better positioned for future economic growth and stability, which could be a sign of bigger changes ahead. This also highlights Iraq's strategic focus on attracting foreign investment, especially in key sectors like oil, infrastructure, and technology. Now let's move on to the latest exchange rate movements in Baghdad and Erbil. According to a recent survey by Shafaq news agency, we saw the exchange rates for the US dollar drop slightly in both markets. At the closure of the Central Al-Kifa and Al-Harithia stock exchanges in Baghdad, the dollar's value had dropped to 150,300 IQD for every 100 US dollars, down from 150,350 IQD earlier in the morning. It's a minor shift, but when you're watching these numbers closely, every little change matters. It could signal the beginning of a stabilization trend or just a short-term fluctuation, so it's something we'll need to keep an eye on. In Baghdad's currency exchange stores, the selling price for US dollars stood at 151,500 IQD per $100, while the buying price was 149,500 IQD per $100. As you can see, these rates also reflect some minor volatility within the market, and the difference between selling and buying prices could suggest that the market is adjusting to the recent changes in auction sales. Over in Erbil, the numbers showed a similar trend. The selling price for 100 US dollars in Erbil was 150,150 IQD, while the buying price was 150,050 IQD. These rates are close to what we saw in Baghdad, indicating that both cities are aligned when it comes to exchange rate movements. It's worth noting that while these are small changes, they show that the market is responsive to shifts in the auction process and could be signaling a wider trend of stabilization in the currency markets. So, what does this mean for you as an investor? Well, the fact that the Central Bank of Iraq is selling such a large amount of US dollars could suggest that Iraq is preparing for something significant in the near future. The focus on increasing foreign currency reserves could help stabilize the economy, and if these trends continue, we could see a more predictable environment for the Iraqi dinar in the long run. On the other hand, the drop in the exchange rates in Baghdad and Erbil could be signaling a slight shift in the value of the dinar. While it's only a small decrease for now, it's worth noting that Iraq's currency has been suppressed for years due to political instability, corruption, and a lack of timely reforms. If these trends continue, we might be looking at a gradual strengthening of the dinar, and that could be very beneficial for those of you holding dinar in anticipation of the potential revaluation. That said, it's important to remember that changes like this take time. While it's encouraging to see these shifts happening, we're not looking at an overnight transformation. Iraq's government and central bank need to implement additional reforms and continue managing its financial resources wisely to ensure the long-term stability of the dinar. Now, I'd love to hear what you think. Do you believe that the movements in the auction and exchange rates are signs of bigger things to come for the Iraqi dinar? Are we looking at potential revaluation? Or are these just short-term fluctuations? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to have a discussion and hear what you're all thinking. Remember, staying informed is key. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share with anyone who might be interested in the future of Iraq's economy and the Iraqi dinar. We're all in this together, and we'll continue to track these developments closely. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.